2017, to me personally, was by far the busiest, most instructive, and quickest year that I have ever lived through. It was an amazing year for sure. I was working almost 24/7 last year, therefore it gave me a lot of experiences, not only on a professional basis, but also on a personal level. I truly do feel like that I made a huge improvement in my personal development, my character, like how I see a lot of things these days, I guess. I'm just excited for all of the things coming in 2018. So today, I want to share with you guys what a busy girl, someone that works in a very demanding full-time job, would have used throughout the year. So I want to share with you guys my 2017 makeup favorites. These are the products that I used pretty much on a daily basis. I kind of cut it down to almost 80% of the products that I was using prior. I wasn't as experimental, I guess. I just really relied on a couple of products that I knew was going to work for me. So I'm going to get started with base products, of course. I have 3 that I want to share with you guys. The first one is an oldie but a goodie. I showed this foundation on my channel a few times because it just works. This is the Rival de Loop Natural Lift Makeup. I'm in the lightest shade, which is number 1, light beige. I feel like this is one of the very few gems that not a lot of people seem to talk about. At least I have not heard of it so much. It doesn't look cakey on the skin. It gives you a very fresh, glowy appearance without making your skin look like you wear a ton of makeup. It is amazing, and I would highly suggest for all of you to go out the next day and actually give it a try. You are not going to be disappointed. I love to use it with a beauty blender or a brush. It works with everything. It's quite an uncomplicated base product that I know I'm going to look decent when I wear it. The other foundation is on the higher end price tag. It's from Chanel. I really, really love this foundation. Again, another product that I don't hear a lot fuzz about. It is the Perfection Lumiere Velvet. I think in the lightest shade yet again, number 10 beige. It gives you that, as the name says, a velvety, not so glowy appearance. It looks natural. It shrinks your pores. It makes everything look very even toned and not like foundation-y, full-on coverage. It's a sheer to medium coverage depending on how much you use. The only downside to this one is that it does contain alcohol relatively far up the ingredient list. The last foundation that I used on a daily basis, this is convenience-y in a product for me, is yet again from Chanel. This is their Vitalumiere Aqua Fresh and Hydrating Cream Compact Makeup. It is a cream foundation that comes in this little compact right here. Super handy to use on a go. I use it with my fingers. Has a medium to, well, no, it has a medium coverage pretty much. It looks great on the skin. It doesn't look cakey or anything. It is fairly hydrating. Really, the main point for me to purchase this was how convenient it is to have it on the go. Since I'm not really fussed about powder or actually setting my makeup in general, I have only one powder product to share with you. This is the Makeup Forever HD powder, the loose version. I was using the pressed version and I actually prefer it to this one, but since that one was on sale in TK Maxx, I kind of grabbed 2 or 3, and ever since have been using this one. I like how finely milled it is and that it gives you that airbrushed, almost poreless effect to your skin, because this is I think it's a silicone powder, so it kind of fills in your pores nicely and makes everything look almost texture free, which is always a good point, I feel like. If I did not have a powder, and frankly I oftentimes preferred not to use one anyways, I heavily relied on these ones. These are the Essence All About Matte oil papers. They're just blotting papers, very affordable being Essence. Throughout the day when I get a little bit shinier or oilier than I would like to, I just pat them on my skin and then look somewhat normal again. So these are amazing and I always have them in my bag. Let's talk about some lip products next, because I actually had some that I was using religiously. This beauty right here, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick. It's a matte version. To me, personally, and for my skin tone, this is one of the best nudes that I have ever come across. And considering it's not a full-on drying out matte finish, it still leaves your lips looking somewhat normal. I would say this is a satin formula actually, and I'm very fond of the entire design and the entire customer experience at Charlotte Tilbury. I love going there because the ladies there are always so nice and so helpful that I had to purchase one item. Blush to me and my personal routine is obligatory. There is no way I'm going to leave the house without at least a little bit of blush on. I feel like it changes everything about my face. It makes me look fresher and healthier, and also it gives a little bit of the appearance that I have higher cheekbones that I have. So one of my favorites is this is the oldest makeup product that I own. It is one of the old Benefit blush powders. This one is in the shade Coralista. This is like the perfect, fresh, peachy, glowy, everyday blush that looks amazing with every single eye and lip. But I also love to use these little pots of joy. The Revlon Photo Ready cream blushes. I have it in the shade Coral Reef and Pinched. I love the formula of these. They're not too creamy. They don't look shiny or sticky on the skin. They almost transform a little bit into a powder, but don't make your skin look textured. They are quite sophisticated. I usually opt for coral shades when it comes to blush. I like a pink too. Actually, I like every single color, but yeah. Last year I was all about the apricots and the coral shades. I'm quite sure that I talked about the Daniel Sandler watercolor blushes so many times on my channel that some of you have gotten sick of it, but they are so very underrated. I think ever since I saw one of the Pixie Woo sisters talk about this product, very pigmented, very water-like. They melt into the skin instantly and make you look naturally flushed from within, I guess. Not sure what the name of it is because this is yet again so old. The name has rubbed off. I can very highly recommend these. They're not as expensive too. Of course, I had to mention at least one liquid lipstick because I'm still all about the matte lip aesthetic. I think it looks amazing. This is one of the more comfortable, more wearable liquid matte lipsticks. It's from Huda Beauty and I have it in the shade Bombshell. It is a great coral, nudie, everyday shade. I love how they feel. They still remain a little bit tacky but not uncomfortable so that your lips stick together when you talk, not at all. But it's not super drying to the point where you just notoriously have to use a gloss on top. So lastly, I have the Tom Ford Lips&Boys lipstick. Not sure about the color name actually because I was sent this a while ago, but this was my one punchier, not nude color that I always had with me just in case and, you know, for the fun of it. It's a very pretty, juicy pink that you can wear during the summer or just with a very simple eyeliner flick and then a punchier color like this. I wore this a ton actually, and I like the formula of the Lips&Boys lipsticks, but I'm not sure whether I would actually purchase them myself because they're quite expensive. I mean, it's just a lipstick, but each to their own, I guess. The Beige Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. It is a brilliant palette if you ask me. Perfect for someone like me that is lazy because all the colors are usable on an everyday basis. There are mattes as well as shimmers in this palette, some highlighters, so this is a great value palette for sure. I've gotten a lot of use out of it. It looks nice and simple and minimalistic, just what my life is all about. Last but not least, I have two non-makeup favorites. Actually, these two items are obligatory for my life. I do not leave the house without them anymore. They changed everything. The compact contains a retractable hairbrush, but it's highly needed every single day for me. I have extremely tangly hair. And a mirror, of course. There are no more words that I could describe of how much I need this every single day. It is a necessity. And lastly, a hairband. Do I need to say more? I actually never thought that I was really going to get one of these. This is one of the Invisibobbles. I don't know what it is about this hairband that does the job just a little bit better than a regular hairband, but I'm a fan and I have multiples of these lying in my entire apartment in several of my bags. It does the job just a little bit better and it's worth paying for it in my personal opinion, so I had to mention it. So these were my 2017 makeup favorites. It was one of the most requested videos, just like the how I cleared my acne, so I hope it was interesting and informative and you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up so I know, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.